There are a lot of so-called self-defense instructors, myself included, who like to claim that there's no such thing as knife defense. That's both true and at the same time false. It is true that no matter how much training you've done, there is no chance you're coming out of a knife fight uninjured. However, there are some strategies that can help reduce the risk of injury. We believe that you should have some basic self-defense tactics that can work in any situation, whether that's a punch, a kick, a knife, a gun, or a stick. The overall self-defense strategy is this. Primarily, you need to control the distance. The more distance you have, the more time you have to react to an attack. Also, if you're eventually going to control the weapon, you're going to have to be able to close that distance. If you decide you're going after the attacker, you should make sure they're distracted first. You can either wait until they're distracted, or you can create the distraction. Either way, it's important to wait for your turn. Once you recognize that it's your turn, you need to dominate the attacker. That means aggressively getting two hands on the weapon and getting your body weight behind it. Then you have to disable the attacker. This could be through striking or even breaking the arm that's holding the weapon. Then finally, you need to disarm the attacker. Make sure the weapon is nowhere near him in case they decide to pick it up and go after you again. Once all is said and done, it's time to get help. That might mean that you have to render first aid to yourself, and you definitely want to be the one to win that race to call 911. Decide who's going to be the aggressor. While the aggressor moves around, the defender tries to maintain their distance and position. Don't anticipate and move before the aggressor. Instead, try to move as close to the same time as possible. Try to be their mirror. Start slow at first, but as the defender becomes more comfortable, pick up the pace and complexity of the movement. To progress the exercise, the attacker will hold their arm out straight and then repeats the same process. The defender should stay far enough away to not get touched, but close enough to intercept if they want to. To increase the challenge and make it more reactionary, you can add an element of tag. Now the aggressor goes back to moving around with their hands relaxed at the side. At random points, they're going to reach out their hand and try to touch the defender. The defender now has to maintain the reactionary gap without the outstretched arm as a point of reference. It's important to start working sideways movement into this drill, as well as the reaction of being able to block and parry. By making training fun, it's more enjoyable and less of a chore.